everybody. It's Cupcake Arisha. Oh my goodness, Cupcake Arisha. All right. Princess Arisha Cupcake Sparkles. I wanted to do this video. I did an introduction video, but I wanted to do a video of why I'm in LA. Obviously for sightseeing, but I came here specifically because I've always wanted to come to LA. And I have a little story of how I got here. So, they say to be like very daring, and I never really. I've been a kind of daring person, but I never really went full throttle with it. Sometimes, so I was recently in Hawaii. Been there for almost 2 years. I was there with two really good friends, and we've known each other forever. So it's like family. And so we went when the pandemic was in full swing. One of my friends got a job there, and he asked me because we were roommates at the time, would you like to come? And of course, I was like, yes. I mean, who's going to pass up going to Hawaii? So, and I wanted to see what Hawaii is. Like, who wouldn't? So I went there. Whew, okay, so I went there, and I got to experience various jobs. It was really hard, way too expensive. Like the stuff they say about LA, I think they got mistaken. It's Hawaii. The rent skyrocket. The utilities are insane there. So utilities without a solar panel can run up from 300 plus. Uh, it's really expensive. And then like milk and bread, just normal necessities are either 10 or up or 8. I mean, it's just up there for like the smallest stuff. So, day after day after day, it just got to the point where I wasn't getting to experience Hawaii. I was basically just working. So it would take us from my roommate and me, we end up having the same job. So he would drive there by bus going into town from where we lived. If you're in the outskirts of Hawaii, the buses run not so frequent. So it'll take you about, on a good day, maybe 2.5 hours, but usually it's about 3 hours or so because the buses don't line up with each other. So you have to wait an additional hour for that bus to line up. Sometimes there's accidents or, tourists going on, so it's going to take longer. So it would take forever. So we'll have to get up in the morning, get ready, scarf down breakfast. Then we'll have to go get in the car. We sometimes have to wait on traffic and things like that. So it was just like so much time just to get there. Then we'll have work. And then it's time for work to end. And we'll leave. Have to deal with traffic when we leave. It's not like insane like New York. But when you leave and it takes pretty much your whole day, you get back, you eat, you're tired, so you don't really do a whole bunch of stuff. Then you go sleep and wake up and do it all over again. So most of my time in Hawaii was that, just working. And I don't know about you guys, but being a beautiful place, it's torture to just always work. Work, 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 work. So it finally got to the point where we were all just kind of tired of not getting to have fun. So my friend sat me down. He's like, don't even think about finances. Where would you like to go? And I was like, two places. LA in California. And the other one is New York, New York, of course. I'm obsessed with fashion. I love anime. Sorry, to talk about some of my hobbies. I do paint, but every time I get paint, life is so unstable. I have to move here and there, so I have to get rid of stuff, and it's usually always my art materials. So that was really like upsetting. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Let's go into something that's gonna kind of stay for a little bit. So I ended up doing clothes. Clothes you can get, clothes you can take, clothes you can let go of, but there's always more, and then there's always more to add or even better. So unlike painting and paints, especially when you're painting a piece, it's a part of you. And then you have to throw it away. It's like you're throwing away a part of yourself and you're calling yourself trash. So at least that's how it feels to me to throw away my artwork. My gosh, I had to throw away so much. But anyway, I he was like, just go and do it. So that's what I did. I wasn't guaranteed a job. Things went weird, so I didn't get the transfer with my previous one. And so, oh my gosh. So I was like, I kept hearing, oh, so many horror stories about LA. LA is going to, be a horrible place to live. It's way more expensive. They're even saying that like it's more expensive than Hawaii. I'm here to tell you from personal experience, it's not. No. I'm just starting off, so of course, I made sure I get somewhere where I can at least try to afford as much as I could. But had a wonderful plan. Got my refund done, and I was like, okay, that'll be a good cushion with the little bit that I saved. Got saved up for 2 months. But of course, how evil life is. I got behind in a lot of bills, and so one of the bills said, "Well, I'm taking all your refund," and I'm going to tell you a few days ago. So yeah, literally have one of those stories where I came with like $30. I'm like, well, you got a lot because I am going to be down to like $1. After the next rent paying is done. So I'm here to tell you guys, do some extreme stuff. I mean, obviously not too crazy, but in this day and age, probably seems pretty crazy. So I literally came here, and LA has been nothing but nice to me. It's really strange. So for me, because my life has been a mess. Don't worry, I'll get into talking about my life and things like that. Pretty crazy story. Did you see the smile on my face? How cute it is. It comes with a torturous story. It's not fun. Full of like rejection and life torturing, mental craziness. Oh my gosh, the mental gymnastics you have to do to just live is insanity. So I came to LA and I just terrified of the stories, of course. I'm not saying the stories aren't true. That we have seen people go through horrible things and things like that. But I'm just here to tell you that LA is not expensive as you think. Um, Live in Hawaii. Paradise. I told my friend, my best friend, I was telling them when we were there, it's like when we try to tell people about Hawaii, how rough it can be. Now, if you go there for vacation, you go there with a really high paying job and everything, you will be fine. You don't have to worry about that. It's when you come there and you're like doing retail or stuff like that, normally you're able to kind of make it on the mainland. Sometimes you're not. But go to Hawaii. It was like we stayed at one place, and it was well over 2,000. And then the next year happened, and it went up to I think 3,500. Doesn't include utilities. And sometimes they'll just like, what? We're turning off the solar panel thing, so here's your $400 electric bill. Anyway, oh, and food obviously is really up there. You can't get certain things in Hawaii too, like Texas Pete hot sauce. I really like Texas Pete hot sauce. And it wasn't there. I was like, why? You'll find this like random items you're so used to seeing on the mainland. Okay, so Hawaii calls, you know, this area, California, United States, the mainland. And so now I call it the mainland now instead of just, I'm in California or, whatever state I'm in. But it's crazy expensive. And I've heard so many people have so many good experiences with it. But when we try to tell our side of the story, people are like, what are you talking about? It's paradise. I'm like, well, if you're working every day and, barely making rent and everything and can't do really anything fun, not paradise. So, I wanted to make doing my crazy, mind you guys, no family, no friends, nothing. I just decided to come here. And Airbnb in it. And, crazy start. But I did it. And a lot of things are working for me. Still looking for things and get things settled and everything. But I can't help but be very positive in LA. It's strange because that's kind of not the thing people say about LA. So, one, the Walk of Fame. It was fantastic. Okay? Fantastic. I got a lot of stars. I'm going to post it on my Instagram. My Instagram is at Princess Cupcake Sparkles. That's completely together. So no spaces, no lowercase, nothing like that. It's just Princess Cupcake Sparkles. And you'll see me with the purple hair there. Oh my gosh. Seeing that was awesome. Because you see it in like looking at videos and things, but when you're there yourself, I can't describe the feeling. It's amazing. Then, of course, the Hollywood sign. So, when I was on the bus for the Hollywood sign, don't worry, I got videos of going there and everything. I'll post all those things up. But I'm doing it as day by day with the post, so y'all experience like some of the days that I went through. And then I'll kind of, I don't know if I'll keep it doing day by day, or if I'll just, post and tell you about the day. But the going to the Hollywood sign. So on the bus, the bus. So Google Maps. Y'all know, as soon as I said it, I knew y'all knew it. It's extremely helpful, but it does really weird things. Like when it's a train instead of a bus. So LA has different types of buses. There's the Metro bus, there's Dash, there's this other one. There's one that's called like the Silver Line, one's the Red Line. There's train stations that also say Red Line, but in other colors. One was like purple, which is one of my favorite colors. But not where I want to go. But there's a lot of different type of buses. And that was shocking to see. So when the Google map pops up things, when it's doing the train system, it does a zigzag thing. I was like, why does it want me to zigzag in the road? It's so weird. And then I had to kind of look around, and it's like, here, train station. So when you're in downtown LA, the train station is underground. Some of them have it, like if you're in Hollywood, they have like this big dome. It's like, the metro line of the train, you can totally know what it is. Downtown LA, it's kind of like in this little corner to the side, and the sign's kind of way over there, and you just have to really look for it. So, looking around for things can get so frustrating because sometimes it'll do the your dot. You know how it does the aerial thing, so it's showing like an aerial of where this direction is turned to and where this direction is turned to. Sometimes it doesn't show that, or sometimes it's so light you really can't see it. So I always suggest that you just, when you're the dot, just start walking and see where that dot is going towards, and then you'll know what direction it is. Because usually the way the buses drop you off is if you're linking to another bus. The other bus is probably on the other side because it's going down, but it puts you on the side where it's going up, and it's look like, oh, I'm on the right side, but then you realize the bus is going the bus is going down and up, and it's like, okay, confused, but you'll get over it. It's totally fine. For the fun part, so Walk of Fame is amazing. Hollywood sign. Oh my gosh. When you get on the bus, and the bus fare is amazing. So for just the metro, not any of the other buses, $50. I didn't know this. I didn't notice that. If you want other things, the metro does include the train system. I was like, oh no, maybe it doesn't include the train system. It does. But the other line, oh my gosh, the other buses, you have to, you can do the $61, so it's literally $11 more, and it'll have you tapped in for like all the other buses. I suggest doing that because if you want to go to Orlando Studios or Disneyland, there's a Six Flags here. It's like almost 3 hours away from LA. But guys, Six Flags Magic Mountain is here. You don't know how excited I am. I'm a Georgia girl. I was born and raised in Georgia. And Six Flags is our theme park. So it was nice to see a bit of home not too far away. I love that. That's fantastic. Right. Hollywood sign. So when you're getting on the bus, because you go to the Griffith Observatory, there is a mall. The video will tell you what it is when I post it up. But there's a mall where you go up on, I think, the second floor, and the Hollywood sign's right there. And it's more in front of you like this. So, because when you go to the Griffith Observatory, it's more kind of tilted a little. So, but it's far away. It's not super far away where you can't see the sign. But if you're trying to take a picture and you want like how this how this painting is, and you want the Hollywood thing like above your head, like, woo, look at me. Yeah, not gonna happen. It is like so small. I'm like, it's like this, like it's fine. You like this? It's really sad. Makes me sad. But yeah, it's so totally amazing because when you're going up and you see the Hollywood sign, you're like, oh my gosh, it's actually real. And then you get the go to the Griffith Observatory, and it's like, there it is. It just like cements you in LA and in Hollywood, period, when that happens. Oh my gosh. Suggest you go there every time. So, for us otakus, I know it's not like that term, but it's a term I accept. I don't know. I'm fully an otaku. I know there's term weeaboo, and I'm like, no, I'm an otaku. I'm going old school. But, there's a place, Little Tokyo. Now, we've heard of, Chinatown. There's Koreatown here, too. But, Little Tokyo. Fantastic prices for figures, posters. Posters, guys! Wall scrolls, guys! They still exist. I don't know how y'all feel, but it's been a while since I've seen wall scrolls. Like, I remember... I'm a bit of my age. I remember in the back in the day, they used to have big long wall scrolls, cloth wall scrolls. It was such a big thing. Posters, of course, laminated. I don't know if you remember that time. It was great. And yeah, they just kind of stopped doing it completely. And I was like, what happened to the posters and stuff? You gotta like show like your addiction. And then they kind of started putting posters and stuff back again, but Little Tokyo, oh my gosh, there was a May Cafe there, and I got to go to it. Don't worry, did a little video. I couldn't really like videotape inside. You could take pictures and things like that. I just couldn't at the time because I moved, and how much that cost to move. But I was at least able to like eat a little sandwich of it. And it was like little kumas. Look at me learning Japanese. Bears. They were little bear sandwiches, and they put ketchup on it. I was like, oh no, because I think it was like I don't know if it was ham or bologna, but in cheese. And so I'm so used to doing like either mayo and mayo with what do you call it, mustard. And I'm definitely a Southern girl. But they did it with ketchup. I was like, I've never had it with ketchup. I'm gonna be adventurous. I'm gonna eat it with ketchup. It was delicious. It was fantastic. She even drew like a little face where one of the Kumans was looking mad, and then the other one was like, "Oh no, please don't eat me!" And I was like, "Munch." So I feel really bad. I like dark humor, so it was funny. But anyway, um, it was super cute. They did little dances. Other people, you can pay for them to do like a dance, like a fully choreographed dance, and they play so many fun songs. They played Miku, of course. I think it was Weekender Girl. It's one of my favorite songs by Miku. They did what was it? Vegetable Juice. One of my other fun songs of Vocaloid with Miku. Oh, fun fact: I did get to go to Miko. Oh my gosh, who's that? Miku's Expo. Trying to combine the two, and it just didn't work out. But anyway, I went to the Miku Expo in New York. This is before the pandemic, of course. And one, New York, because you know I love New York. Holy smokes! The way they have it in the movie. If y'all ever seen The Devil Wears Prada, fantastic movie. Yes, that is completely New York. I know New Yorkers are probably like, shut up, it's not New York, you noob or whatever. But I'm telling you, from the outside coming in to the city and observing, it was hustle and bustle, people dressed up. Not all people, don't get me wrong. But there's people dressed up. There's big buildings, they're like all the way up there. It's fantastic. And so I got to feel like a little sense of New York and went to a Starbucks, and this guy, oh, he was dressed up to the T. He had a suit on with a vest, button-down shirt, tie, cufflinks. He had a belt on with his pants all crisp with the line going down. Shoes, they did almost like a little curl up. I love like the pointed shoes for guys. They're not like pointed shoes for women. They're a little different. But, I love these shoes on guys. Anyway, they look awesome on girls too. Girls can pull off the looks. Don't think that I don't think that girls can pull off either. But it was really cool on the guy, and he was just getting Starbucks. He looked amazing, guys. When I go out, I love the super dressed up. It's fun, and when I was in Hawaii, they thought it was really weird. Like, why are you dressing up? That's strange. Loved it. So seeing New York and just random people dressed up insanely made me happy. Now, LA. Back to LA, because this is where we're at. We're in that LA. People do dress up here in all fashions. The anime convention. Little Tokyo. Oh my gosh. Ramen shops everywhere. There is a pho upstairs. I know it's not. I know. Pho is delicious, guys, though. Come on. Pho is amazing. Then there's this anime store called Jungle, and it has like 3 different stores. Maybe it's 4. Because one was for the anime manga, figures, posters, all the various things and items. Then there was a Pop and I think one other series, but a lot of Pop figures and various other ones. Really good. Then there was one for cards, trading cards, just trading cards. What? That still exists? I used to see trading cards like in places, but not a trading card like store. So that was amazing to see. Then there was another one. Oh, what was that Oh, it had a ton of Gundam figures, and it had like a big Gundam just like in the middle. Oh gosh, don't worry, did a video on it. You will see all of this stuff I'm talking about. It was awesome, and yes, so that place was amazing. Oh, there's this place. I think it's like Honey Me. Honey Me. Don't worry, took a picture, did a little video on it. There's this matcha ice cream one. I think it was Affogato. Affogato. I know I'm saying it wrong. Don't worry, I took a picture and pointed at the word. But delicious. I'm completely addicted to it. Oh, right. Also in Little Tokyo, there's a cosplay shop. It has wigs there. Don't. It's not a big shop, but it's there. There's a shop that sells kimonos and yukatas. So bad. Want it so bad. There was obviously tons of food places in the one I was mentioning. That's just my little yes. What else? Let's see. What else is in that place? Gosh, there was just so many things in there. But when I first went there, it took me to the creepy entrance. So when you're walking, there's just like this open area, and you can go into the to go to park your car. Mind you, I don't have a car. I'm on the bus, so I don't have to worry about that detail. But don't worry, it's a parking lot there for people who do. So you go down, and you're like, okay, should I be going down? Isn't this for the cars? But they have like a little sidewalk side. It's like, okay. And there's kind of like a little side open. You can't see it too well until you go more in. That's like, okay, there's like a little side opening. You go down the side opening. And it's scary. It's like you have to go down. You don't get to quite see the anime. It's just like it's a room here and another room there, and it's kind of strange. Don't worry, I did a video so you can see it. Because I tried to find it again when I was leaving out, and I ended up going on a different side. It's like 3 ways to go into this place. But anyway, of course, when I was trying to show like the creepy area, it wouldn't show me, and then I eventually finally went back, and it took me to that creepy area. So I was like, okay, there we go. Now I can do it. But so went there. It was pretty. It was so creepy at first. I was like, am I gonna be murdered? I'm really into horror, and of course, all the scenarios is going on. It's like I think there was some people going down there, but it's like I'm by myself. Nobody I know in LA. I'm just traveling. Oh yes, also that. Yeah, I just travel about. But it's you have to. I'm telling. It's just so many. LA is nonstop entertainment. Like if you want entertainment, LA has it all. I mean, all. And the weather's really nice here. Like so nice. And there are beautiful places here. Still haven't gotten to the beach yet. There's so much in LA. I still haven't gotten to the beach yet. There are museums that are free for you to visit. There's I used to watch Ripley's Believe It or Not. There is a museum of it. You know, this is when I was a kid and I would watch this and I was like, man, I love Ripley's Believe It or Not. It'd be so cool to go into one. And boom, it's like right there. Anyway, there's Orlando Studios here. There's Disneyland here. And the other place. Rodeo Drive. Look, I'm a fashion girl. I love fashion brands and houses. Yes. So my envision, like if you're looking for like the big glitz and glamour and everything, there are places within LA where it's at. But you're not going to just immediately see it when you go to the Walk of Fame and everything like that. So a lot of people would say they would be so disappointed in LA because they were expecting it to be like red carpet and glitz and glamour and all that stuff. Just got nowhere to find it. So the well, I'll talk about this and now go over Rodeo Drive. So the Chinese theater, where celebrities go to see their premieres for their movies. This place is just very historical, but in a modern sense. Even though Hollywood existed for so long, and this is like really times. I like Frank Sinatra, so I found his star, and I kept finding Frank Sinatra in like different little places. It's fantastic. But the Chinese theater is huge. Everything here is like huge. It's insanity. When they show things, it is really big, like big timing. There's so much to appreciate in LA. It's just, oh, I was like, oh my gosh, this and then this and then this and oh my gosh, and this famous person here and this and that and oh my gosh, it's fantastic. So the Chinese theater is ginormous. I did a video on it. Don't worry, I'll show that as well. But gosh, just describe it. So, walking to it, like on the ground before you get to see how big it is, and it's right there. But the ground itself, it's got the handprints, signatures, all kind of things of different celebrities from way in the past to in the modern. I find that so cool because not only is it timeless, but it's also up to date. It's just how you do two at one. It's beautiful. I got to go outside and take pictures. I haven't gone inside. You can do tours inside. Of course, I want to do not only the tour in there. They have a wax museum that does a tour of different celebrities. Really cool. They have a pop figure, like it's not like a store. It's when you see a store, it's like here's the pop figures. They're here on these shelves, and then you just go. No, this place is like here's them on the shelves, but here's a theme of this one. Here's a pop figure that's Jurassic Park, and the dinosaurs are right there. And it was so cool. Each one had a theme. They even have it where you go up and you walk in. It's all inside, so air conditioning, yes. You walk up and it's like, how do you describe it? It's like an incline walking area going up, and it's like they have like buildings, and they have like some of the Disney characters in the buildings, and it's just so cool. Don't worry, get it all videotaped. And that was happenstance because I went to the Walk of Fame, and it's like pop figure store, and I was like, I'm gonna go in there. Let's see what's going on. I like pop figures, so boom, I was like, whoa. Then there's places when you go to like the flea markets and things here, because there's a lot of them. They have like the rarest pop figures. Pop figures I didn't even know existed. I was just like, what is going on? Like they have a pop figure of not Bakura, but Merrick from Yu-Gi-Oh. I was like, when did they do that series? Like, I mean, when did they do that? I was just looking. I was like, dude, I've never seen or heard of any of this stuff. It was great. So, yes, it's really fun, really cool. And then, of course, the one place has the pop figures, but they have more of the modern ones, obviously. But there's places that have pop figures and things like that. It's really cool. But figures just itself, if you're not into pop figures. But oh my gosh, now back to Rodeo Drive. So the way I envision LA is what Rodeo Drive is. It's just like expensive, nice, and ooh, you feel like a superstar just walking around. Yes, I did. So I was walking, like in Hawaii, they do have the luxury brands and stuff there, but it's not like LA. Whew. So I went to the luxury brands in New York. That was fantastic. They make you feel like royalty. You go in there and you're just like, either you can be like, okay, I need you for this or whatever, or they'll just like, go ahead and just go around. This is before COVID, so I don't know how it's going now. But before COVID and everything, it was just so fun. You just couldn't take pictures inside it. And that's what a lot of places are like now, because social media has gotten so big. They won't let you do live streaming. Sometimes they'll let you take take pictures. Sometimes they'll let you film inside. Like if it's tourist things, they will. Because I mean, that's the whole point. So I was like, okay, good. We're not completely unreasonable. But there's a lot of places that won't. And I just like, ugh, why wouldn't you? It's free advertisement. And I want to show people how. Oh, clothing stores. It's different fashion stores. But anyway, getting back to Rodeo. Boop. Rodeo. It was beautiful. Of course, I dressed up super fancy going there. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's Rodeo Drive. Timeless place for fashion. Okay, so it was beautiful, fantastic. I eventually went up a little further. There's Rodeo Drive, like the residential area, and no worries when they do the tours. They go to the residential area because I guess there's some celebrities that have lived there and things like that. But it's Rodeo Drive. I mean, that's a huge place. If you live on the Rodeo Drive, like, come on, you're like amazing. So in Rodeo Drive, one of my favorite little tidbits is I always have to say this slowly because my tongue just goes stupid with it. Rolls Royce. Sorry, guys, it's so bad. I don't know why I have so many problems. Like, I guess with the S on it, it just disturbs my brain and it just won't say it out of my mouth. But Royal. Well, I don't know. I was going to say Royal. Why did I say it? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Rolls Royce limited edition car was there. It's the yellow one. And it's just sitting there for you to take a picture. You take a picture? I don't know if I think people have like almost kind of leaned on it. I'm not doing that. Come on. Anyway, taking a picture in front of it and everything. Yes. Touching it, no. So, I know like the first time I was around it, I think it was closed. Like the top area was closed. But if it wasn't, maybe I was just going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. If you don't know the term cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, age again. There was this bird that was crazy, not the Trix Rabbit or anything like that, or Toucan Sam. There was this bird, it was these puffs, they were cocoa. And he was like, oh boy, here we go. I gotta get these puffs. And then as soon as he would eat it, he was like, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he'd bounce all over the place. And disco bird cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And it should pop it up. It should be like it was commercials. But yeah, that's how I felt. I kept my composure, of course. But I wanted to bounce around like, oh my god, it's amazing. Rodeo Drive. And there's people who have told me they've been here for a while in LA. Even maybe years, they said, in LA, and they've never went to Rodeo Drive. I'm like, there's no way when I got off that plane and got settled that I wasn't going to Rodeo Drive. It's impossible. I have to go to Rodeo Drive. Ooh! Rodeo Drive is just as important as the Hollywood sign and the Walk of Fame. And Little Tokyo, of course. Just as important. The fashion diva in me must go to Rodeo Drive. It must. Beverly Hills. So, show my age some more. There was a show called Beverly Hills 90210. I don't know if y'all remember this. I'll be like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I was obsessed with this show. I would watch it all the time. It was a drama show. And, oh my gosh. I knew that Beverly Hills exists. But I didn't know the zip code for Beverly Hills is 90210. Didn't figure that out until I came here and saw the zip code. I was applying for jobs. And I was like, wait, does that say 90210? That's why the show is called 90210. cool that sounds 90210. Like that it just resonates. It's so cool. So I was like, wow, they really thought of like a number that was really in Melrose. There was another one called, it was a spinoff called Melrose Place, which I watch all the time. Yep, Melrose is here. I never knew that. I didn't know Melrose was a real thing. I know you're probably like, boo, boo. I'm like, look, okay, sorry, I didn't know. But that was awesome. And the energy there. She was like, it's bougie. I'm like, yes, that's the point. Oh my gosh. It was fantastic, guys. It was glitz, it was glamour, it was fun, it was beautiful. They even have, as I walked around more, there's like a section up front where they have it, where it's a red carpet and has like all the little, has a sign that tells you, you know, you're in Rodeo Drive and Beverly Hills and everything. And you can take a picture of yourself there and stuff. I did a video and it should show that. But if it's not as clear showing it, of course I'll do another one. But this place is so timeless. So, in saying all of this for how knows how many minutes, I wanted to show the positive side and the fantastic, fun side of LA. Because, oh my gosh, everybody, when I was being told about LA, they were just like, this place is gonna just move. And I was just like, big cities always have their positives and negatives. Of course, a lot more negatives than positives sometimes. But no one brags about like New York like that. And I'm just letting you know, Hawaii is rough and yikes, extremely expensive. How y'all talk about LA? With Hawaii, woo! But to let you know, with Hawaii, it is very, very beautiful there. The water is like crystal clear, so pretty. The sun can be extremely blazing. Please hydrate and everything else. But the beaches are beautiful. I do have some stuff I posted on my Instagram about Hawaii. I did like a hula show and everything. It was so cool. The fire guy was like amazing. I didn't take a lot of pictures in Hawaii because working all the time. Yeah, you don't get to see Hawaii. So maybe next time when I do get a chance to go back to Hawaii, I will show you more. I got to visit Maui for a few, I think it was like a few hours, because that's how my plane flight was. I had to go to Honolulu Honolulu's where I was at. So I had to go to Honolulu to Maui and then Maui to LA. Getting to Maui. It was frustration. Because they like, okay, we're going to change the flight and everything. You know what? I'll get into it in another one. No, you know what? Let me just give you a tidbit and we can just see how that goes. But they changed it was delayed. They changed it. They made it a smaller plane. Then they changed it again without telling us. So when you go up to the park to find out, it's like, it was the gate, and I was like, no one was there. So I was like, well, there's some people there, but not as many people that was there for the first gate. So I was like, okay, something's going on. And so I saw a long line for like the, I guess it's like customer service kind of area thing. I was like, okay, let me just go in there. And then they were like, oh yeah, here's your ticket. Yours it changed. It's like, okay. So I run to the other gate and thinking that, okay, they're not boarding yet. Yep, they were boarding. And they were near ending the boarding. Got to Maui, no problem. The gates were easy to navigate. It was just like, here's gate 63 instead of like A24 or B74, and then the things like, oh, inbound, outbound, A420. It was just, look, me traveling, love traveling, plane flights are awesome. But reading stuff with the whatever logic this is with air flights, it was yikes. Had no problem on Maui. Fantastic. and then went to LA. Oh my gosh, flying in LA. Don't worry, I did the video flying in and everything. It's like woohoo, LA. But I can't say this city for everyone. Okay, I understand. Like when you're meant to be somewhere and you go to it, things really work out for you. It's beautiful. It's like one of the most fantastic feelings in the world. And I've never felt that way with anywhere I was at, except here. And here gets the most rag about how, terrible it is. So I'm here to let you know that LA people are actually really friendly. They really are. That when I was like trying to figure out the bus system, because I would go like across the street because it makes you think you need to go across the street, and then you find out you don't need to go across the street, and then when you think you you don't need to go across the street, you do need to go across the street. So I'm just going like back and forth, back. They were just like, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" Strangers now. And it was really nice. So they're just kind of like standoffish for a bit. But they see you really needing help. People will just step in and be like, okay, what's going on? What's do you need any help? It's great. They're so sweet. Um, I'm a bright and friendly person. So when you're bright and friendly, they're just like, oh, thank you. You too. People normally are, when you give them that like bright energy. But in LA, I'm just like, no, they're not as rah as a lot of people say. I can't say that for everyone, of course, and can't say it for everybody's experience. But for mine, it's been really nice. And thus comes the end of this video and the whole point of it. I wanted to show the good parts of LA. I wanted to show some of the fun stuff about LA and the cool stuff, the timeless stuff in LA. And I just wanted to document my experiences with that. Of course, I want to have my separate one where I just do like a little talk and everything about, just various things I always want to talk about or talk about LA with, and just personal thoughts and things like that. And, of course, story time about, who I am and my obsessions and things like that. We'll let you know one of them that's my favorite. I am definitely into Asian ball jointed dolls. Yes, I am. You will see it on my Princess Cupcake Sparkles. Also, very much into Visual K. The music is amazing. I have a few favorite bands. Okay, not a ton of favorite bands. But Visual K is amazing. I'm glad it's making a comeback. Thank you. And also, one of the interesting things in LA. So, there is a walk of Grammy fame. I don't even want to talk about this. I lost my mind. So, little side story. I was going to just get, I went to Lucky Strike in Hawaii, and they had an arcade there. So I still had the card, and I had points on it. And so I was like, oh, I'll just go to a Lucky Strike here, and then, go and play. We'll say this, Dave & Buster's here does have Dance Dance Revolution Ace, but no Pump It Up. Pump It Up Prime. Pump It Up XX, I think that's the newest one. Pump It Up is my favorite one. So, but they do have round one, and I'm sure Pump It Up is there. See, I didn't get to go to round one yet, so, yeah, arcades are here. Oh my gosh. Oh, alternative clothes are here. I went to a place that it brought me back to, like, old Hot Topic. They had Trip Pants, Lip Service, Hell Bunny, old style Hell Bunny. Oh my gosh. It was just, like the chokers that had the spikes, they were like this long. I haven't seen anything like that before. I'll see it online, but not like a physical store you just walk into. Here we go. They had parasols, but they were like big. Oh my gosh. They also have parasols where you can get the kimonos. I can be fancy. Yes. Also, LA is not that far away from Japan. Yay! totally want to do that. So there's just so much here. Right. The Walk of Grammy Fame. They have them there. Of course, Frank Sinatra's as well. It's really fun to see him again. And as I was walking down, I saw this like big area, and it had like, I guess it's for concerts. Yeah, it was for concerts. What am I saying? I guess it's for concerts. But I was just like, what is this big area? And then everybody, I was seeing people like dressed up and being really cute and everything. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I had to ask a random person. The poor person, the one girl was like, don't know you. But the other girl was like, hey, this girl really wants to know what's going on. I was like, yeah, I do. And it was a K-pop group that was performing. Nope, I'm not gonna try to say it. I'm gonna show the video. Cause I'm gonna get it wrong and I'm be destroyed. But it was a K-pop group that was really or it's not BTS. I know BTS, okay? I'm not that, whatever. But it was a really popular group, and all their tickets sold out and everything. And people were there waiting for the concert. It just happened since this came over there. It's just like, wow, there's so many concerts. So I was kind of looking into concerts. Lady Gaga's gonna do a concert here. One of my favorite groups. I love alternative and heavy metal and death metal and all that stuff. And Slipknot is going to do a concert. Just so I can go to it. I need a Slipknot concert. Anyway, let me breathe. But yes, LA is the place for concerts. All kinds of concerts, amazing concerts. Everything happens here. It's so much fun, and I love that being here and doing so many things already here. There's so much more. The spiritual shops, oh, they have such good vibes. I only got to go to one. It's called Spellbound Sky. It was really nice. But there's more. And some more clothing places. A place you do not go. Okay? Skid Row. You don't do that. I went to clothing places. I thought away from Skid Row. It goes past it, and it's a little away from Skid Row, not extreme, but enough that you're not there, but you're still nervous. No side story. The place was not open anymore, and they didn't let you know that on the address. So it's like, oh my gosh, I went down here for nothing, going past Row, and then it's not even open. And then going back, because I was going to go to this Spellbound Sky, and it's like, oh, you can get off here to catch this bus to go to it. And it was, first the bus went smack dab in the middle of Skid Row. I was like, oh, I was terrified. Ooh. I'm not saying like the people are gonna be like rah, or nothing like that. It's just the energy and everything there. You don't come out looking a certain way up in Skid Row. You just it's not gonna happen. So stayed on that bus, and I was like, oh no bus. I don't care what you say, Google Maps. I'm not getting killed. I'm gonna go further up, and I'm gonna do that instead. So I went further up where it was like downtown Los Angeles, and then I went on to go to Spellbound. And then there was this cute store that was like right next to it. So colorful and cool. It's kind of like got 70s theme, 60s theme. It was such a cool place. And you just come across things, happenstance. You'll go to one place and then find out all these other places that were just like near it. It was just fantastic as, or even more. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. But anyway, but yes, I want to show more of the fun part of LA. There's plenty of people who talk about, the bad parts and things like that. We live in a world that's insane and chaotic, so that's going to be a thing. But I want to show, come on, let's show some fun stuff of LA. it makes me happy. I can't help but be positive here. And once you hear my backstory, you're like, how do you stay positive? And like I said, I was very pessimistic everywhere else I lived. But LA, I can't help but smile. It's helped me a lot. And even though other circumstances, like to make sure I don't have a good time in LA, it's not stopping me from having a good time in LA. And I enjoy that. Makes me very happy. Yeah. But I will say goodbye for now. I don't know how long this video is, but whew, who knows. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and I'll put more videos up. But I had to let you know about some of the stuff that's in LA and how fun it is. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Of course, I will post videos of my adventures and, more videos of my thoughts. And do that. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you all for listening, and see you next time.